Hey, how are you? Let's try this again. If you can't tell, I'm in my car today. And so if you were thinking, because it's almost 5 p.m. on Friday, so for everyone that was wondering, where is Sarah Tugender's Frequently Asked Question Friday? Well, it's a little bit late today because I took my 16-year-old brother to the zoo today. When you get a text from your 16-year-old brother saying that he wants to hang out with you, you feel pretty cool as a 30-year-old. And so that was a kind of neat experience to be able to go with him and my 2.5-year-old Ella. And that's what we did today. We went to the zoo. And I want to tell you something that happened at the zoo today that made me think of you guys. Okay, bear with me, and I promise I will make this connection. But something happened that made me think of a lot of the questions that I get from you guys. And so if you don't know me, my name is Sarah Tugender, National Sales Manager with nutraMetrix. Hey Marie, thanks for joining. And I want to tell you about, hey Dan, how are you? I want to tell you about what happened at the zoo. And I think my heart is still pounding because have we not seen some crazy things from zoos lately, especially from the gorillas? And so our zoo, I went downtown Boston to the Franklin Park Zoo because it's a better zoo. And we spent a lot of time at the end at the gorilla exhibit. They have this great gorilla exhibit. We were there last year. A baby gorilla was just born. I think they have about 6 gorillas. And you can go around, and Connie, I'm glad you do need to hear this, Connie, because this is a question that you've been asking me, a question that a lot of people have been asking me. And so you go around in this it's a whole gorilla house. And Mom, when you end up rewatching this, the gorilla house is my mom's favorite place at the zoo. Hey Holly, how are you? And so you go around so you can see from different vantage points. You can see some of the gorillas that were up. It was hot today. It's 82 degrees I can see in my car. Not a good day to go to the zoo. We were all melting, but it's always worth it to go see these animals in nature. And so some of them were sleeping, some of them were eating, and we went up. This was the last area where you can see the gorillas. And I'm going to post a picture after so you can see this gorilla that we saw. Right there, like on the other side of the glass, the big alpha male gorilla. Now, I could see because I was coming around the corner and I could see everyone was there, and I was actually on my phone because I was there with my brother and my sister, and so I had coverage for Ella. I wasn't right next to Ella because they were, so she's fine. She's got her aunt, her uncle, everyone all around her, and I'm coming around the corner and looking down at my phone because I was answering questions from you guys. And I heard this loud bang. Like there's no way that this was a human. This was the gorilla. The gorilla, well, I found out from my brother because I wasn't even paying attention. The gorilla took a big giant branch and slammed it against the window. I'm telling you, I'm still shaken up because my 2.5-year-old was on the other side of the glass from this gorilla. This gorilla wanted to break through the glass and get at all those people. Hey Tina, how are you? There were probably, there had to have been like 10 kids, 20 people, all of us, like we were all taken aback by this giant gorilla. And someone said like he does that to scare everyone off. And that's because this is the alpha male gorilla. Like you can take this gorilla and you can put this gorilla in this cage. That's not true to his nature. It's true to his nature to protect his family and to keep strangers away because he's the big alpha male gorilla. And so, still shaken up about it because you can't get that image of that little boy from that zoo. Where was it? In Chicago? Like you just can't get that out of your head. I mean, you try to hide all these things. I don't even watch the news, but you're on Facebook and you hear people talking about it. And I just felt like that gorilla was right on that other side. But it just made me think about like these are giant wild animals. And so when we think about you guys and we think about, what are you like? Hey Eric, how are you? this is Eric, you just popped on, so I'll use you as an example. I mean, Eric, whenever I talk to you on the phone, you are always just a bright light of sunshine. You're really easy to talk to. You make lots of great jokes. The conversation flows really easily. So it doesn't matter, whoever's on this call. Larry Rogowski, you're here. I mean, Larry, you're still probably trying to figure out what do you say and what happens, and Susan and Holly and everyone that's on here and everyone that's watching this as a replay. And what I like to do before I walk into an appointment or pick up the phone and call someone is I like to call like my best friend, my mom, my sister, my husband. I have a little chat with Ella before I do something, and I try to get back to me, back to my nature, back to what I'm like. So even before I do a Facebook call, like I just got off the phone with a girlfriend, and I can come on here and come to you guys and tell you a story and tell you a call to action and tell you what I want to do, because I'm in that zone where I feel like myself. When I pick up the phone and I try to be Sarah Tugender, the nutraMetrix consultant, or I try to be someone else, I've heard from a lot of the leaders that are right here, right now on even this Facebook Live, and I've heard, everyone's I implement statements. And when I try to be like Larry Rogowski, when I try to be like a Susan Markowitz, or I try to be like a Brandy Murphy or a Reed Prescott, it's not me. So you guys always want to know what I say, but I want to know what you would say to your girlfriend. I want to know what you would say to your kids. Thank you, Larry. Be the best you can be. And I don't want to try to put you in this cage or put you in this box, because I know you're going to hit that resistance and you're going to want to break through. Just like that gorilla today. I mean, it doesn't matter. We put him in the cage and we have him there, but he's still going to be himself. And that was what was so powerful when I thought of you guys. And I said, you need to hear this today. Just coming off a World Conference, I've been listening to my Unfranchised Media app. I just again listened to Dennis Franks and Sue Pasquale with the How to Hit Director with TLS, and that's the track that I'm personally going to run on over the next couple months with nutraMetrix. I mean, those metrics that Dennis laid out I thought was really interesting. But then you start saying, like, can I talk about, Dennis Franks, he talks about the MPC3 squared. And to be honest, guys, I still don't entirely know what that always means. And I don't talk like Dennis Franks. I don't talk like Sue Pasquale. I talk like Sarah Tugender. And I want you guys to practice talking like you. Yes, Michelle, that's exactly what you would say. And that's what I do when I call an office. So you call an office and Donna, the secretary, answers the phone. I'm like, hey, Donna, how are you? Sarah Tugender. I don't know if you remember, but I stopped in last week and I wanted to book another appointment with the doctor. And yeah, so I try to talk to someone so when I get back on the phone, it sounds like me. It's really comfortable. I don't try to be a robot or be someone that I'm not. I just try to be me. And then you won't feel that resistance, and you'll bring the joy to the work that you do with nutraMetrix. And that's what it needs to be. It shouldn't feel like work. It should feel like joy. It should be fun. It should be just like Michelle, you're saying that's how you would say it to your girlfriend. Well, we want to make these accounts our friends. And I know, like, I could call Tina Rose up, and we spent the night at the UBP, and I was like, girl, I'm so tired. I'd stay and stick around and talk with you, but I got to get home. She's like, I gotcha. We'll catch up later. I was texting with actually one of the health professionals that's in my organization that moved near me, and I'm like, are you going to the UBP? I'll come and pick you up because you live close now. And she texts me back and she's like, I can't make it tonight because I got company over, but next time, because like we need that girlfriend time. And I was like, this is so cool. Like, I built this tribe of people that get me. When I was trying to be someone else, I wasn't attracting people that I had a good time hanging out with, that I like to work with. You're right, Eric. No one's better than being Eric. No one's better than being Sarah. And when you are, it's just weird. So don't be weird. Be yourself, and then you'll feel less resistance with the work that you do with nutraMetrix. Yeah, Michelle, isn't it so cool when you can pick up and text your doctor? If that's the type of person you are. If you don't text, then why would you text your health professionals? Why would you text people in your organization? But if you're a texter like me, like Michelle, it just feels so natural. It feels so cool. So I'm in my car because Ella was sleeping. But I now hear Ella in the back. I think she's having a snack. And so, Ella, did you wake up? Did you wake up? She's being shy. So we have sat in traffic for a while because Boston traffic is not so fun Friday at 5 o'clock. So we just got home. So I'm going to take her out of the car and feed her another snack and start getting ready for our Friday night activities. But I was really happy to come to you guys with life lessons from the Franklin Park Zoo. But I think it's very applicable to know. And I think that's my best tip would be for what to say to a health professional, to a prospect, to anyone that you're talking to, is go talk to someone where you feel the most natural right before you're about to get on the phone with someone, right before you're about to walk into a meeting. And that way your true self will shine through. If you have any burning questions, email nutraMetrix at nutrametrix.com with the subject line FAQ Friday. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. I'd be more than happy to come to you to answer your questions. Again, I'm Sarah Tugender, your National Sales Manager, helping you make this your most effective and efficient year with nutraMetrix. Thanks, Suzanne, for your time joining. All right, talk to everyone next week.